Hey team, Brian Wald here. Just wanted to share a quick video with you all that could be potentially helpful with customer conversations around SAST where they're interested in Semgrip and the ability to manage rules around Semgrip itself. So first, just to give you a little context here, this customer is interested in our security analyzers. They have other scanners that they're using today. And as part of that, they have a number of different custom rules and some rules that they want to have for specific languages to detect vulnerabilities that they've identified to be things that they want to be looking for as part of their SAST scan. Now, with our security scanners out of the box, specifically with Semgrip, today for customizing rule sets, the only option if you want to do that for Semgrip is you can only disable the predefined rules that come with the analyzer itself. Modifying the behavior of the rules or adding in new rules or configuring those rules are only available for Node.js Scan and GoSec. So I did a little bit of exploration into this, and I found that if you want to show the full capabilities of managing the rule sets with Semgrip, there's another way that you can show this. It doesn't use our out-of-the-box scanner, but it works very, very similar, and it pretty much works out of the box. So Semgrip themselves provide actually their own job for GitLab YAML files to run the Semgrip analyzers against the code base. So if you go to this page, they have this here where I have this nice configuration for spinning up a job for your project, and also includes things like automatically posting back to the merge request and the dashboards and all that kind of stuff. So it works very, very similarly to how our scanner works today. But what you can do is now you can configure the Semgrip rules that are associated with it as well. So you can see here they define that as variables. This is running two different rules here, security audit and secrets out of the box. And what's powerful about this is that you can show how you can configure rules very easily. And so you could just, as a customer, you could use this as a job, in a upstream YAML file that people could include into that. You can use compliance pipelines, which actually I'm doing in this case here, to enforce this job in the same way you would with a SaaS job. But with the configuration, you can show a better demo where you can actually add in a custom rule to it and see it execute against the project. So what I mean by that is the easy way to do this from a demonstration standpoint is if you go to Semgrip's site and you go to the rules tab, you can look for specific rule set that applies to your language that you want to add. And so you can filter by this. I filtered already here because I have a React application. This one here is just an HTML parser. And I want to add this rule in here to detect if there's cross-scripting vulnerabilities associated to that. And so it gives you all this information here. And what's really nice about this too is also gives you the test code right here as well. And so I can instrument my code base with this test code and add the rule into my job. And it's going to find that rule and display it back into the merge request here. So show you that really quickly here. You can see that it has found that specific rule violation, and it's a high vulnerability risk. And I can see the information that's associated with it, where it's identified that specifically, which is that rule that I had found back there. So essentially, what you can do for a demo here is that in my job itself, where I've defined that, so like I said, I am doing this upstream inside a compliance framework, compliance pipeline here. And here's my Semgrip job. So I copied that from their site, and the only thing that I changed here was adding in that rule. So all they have to do to add in one of these contributed rules is use their syntax here for R, which is what they use for the community contributed rules, and then instrument my code, and then I'm off and running. So in my project itself here, what you can do is create a merge request. In that merge request, use that sample code from the document rules itself. So this sample code, depending on the language, you may have to do some things like I had to add React HTML parser to my project, things like that. But pretty straightforward. So yeah, so basically I instrumented that into my JS file here, and then where's that? Yeah, and then I had to add in that package into my JSON file. Added that code in there, ran this pipeline, and the output of that pipeline shows that vulnerability. So two nice things here is once you can show the simplicity of adding in custom rules to this. These custom rules, you can also write your own too, store those in your data and store that into your repository and reference it in the same exact way. That's obviously a lot more work because you have to actually add the rule in and all the configuration that's associated with it, what you want the output message to be, things like that. But for the sake of a demo, using one of these contributed ones makes that very easy. And then, of course, the other benefit of this too is that if you just need to show some vulnerabilities inside of a merge request, and you may have already merged that into your main branch, and you're no longer seeing that diff inside the merge request. This is also a nice way to just easily add in a new vulnerability because they give you that that sample code that's associated to it here. So just wanted to show that quick demo. If there are any questions, happy to walk you through the project itself. But I find this to be a very valuable thing to show the flexibility of using Semgrip. It also shows the ability to add in a custom analyzer, even though it's the same one that we're using in our SAST scan. It's just showing the full job itself, and the ability to always add in a new vulnerability into your merge request very easily without having to find some code out on the internet or writing some insecure code. Handles that very easily for you. That's all. Thanks.